1,000 people? That is an excellent, excellent question. And let's go back to the problem in UC admissions. So this year they announced, I think they had an additional 20% applicants over last year. 3 years ago they increased their applicant pool by 25% in 1 year during a year where state budgets were getting slashed. And I promise you that they, with their 25% increase in the number of applicants that they had to look at, they didn't have 25% more people to look at them, and they might have even had fewer people because of the budget cuts. So, yeah, excellent question. You are sending your application in, and, well, here it is. Okay, you see my chart here? See how it's a little lopsided? This is college admissions. All right, disclaimer. This is college admissions. This is the overgeneralized, oversimplified. There are lots of books. There's The Gatekeepers is a good book. A's for Admissions is a good book. You can read any of these books, or you can just believe me when I tell you that every 3 or 4 years somebody writes a book about their experience working in college admissions or as a reporter shadowing college admissions for a year, and every year they give you new specific details, and at the end of the day it's the same thing. If you're applying to a major university that's mostly liberal arts based, if you're applying to a small private liberal arts college, it's going to be exactly the same. If you're applying to an engineering college, it's going to be the same, except they're going to look more at your math and science grades than they will look at everything else. If you're applying to a music conservatory or a theater conservatory or a film conservatory, that's different. Art school is different. But for the vast majority of all the colleges, here it is. Some variation on this. At first, you're a number, and then they will look at you in detail. At first, you are a number, and your number is made up of one of these two scores for the purposes of today. Let's say you're taking the SAT. You're going to have your SAT score, and what they would really like to see in an ideal world is class rank. Almost all of the private schools in the Los Angeles area refuse to do class rank. There's a reason for that. There's the idea that if you're going to one of these schools, you're getting a certain level of education, and that the high school finds it unhelpful to compare students to each other because everybody got the Crossroads education or the Brentwood education or the Harvard-Westlake education or whatever that was. It should be the same. And it drives people a little bit nuts in college admissions because what they want to know is, I don't know what your 3.7 means. I don't know what your 3.3 means. I want to know where you are in relation to your peers. They would like to see this. They will settle for this. Almost all of these schools have some variation on the same theme, which is they plug in your SAT scores and your GPA, if that's all you've got, or your class rank if you've got that, into a formula, and it'll spit out a number. Some places it's called the academic index, so let's call it the academic index for now, okay? So you're going to get an academic index, and it's only based on these things, and you will be in one of these 5 categories. If you are a number 1, that means that your scores combined are well above average. They're well above average in comparison to most people who successfully apply to that school. You follow? If you are well above average at one school, you might also be well below average at a different school. There's not a magic SAT score that's going to get you a 1 everywhere. We're going to plug in your numbers, and then every single college in the country has their own range of what constitutes the well above average category, or the level 1. This is the zone. This is where most of their applicants are here. Most of their successful applicants are definitely here. And a 2 means that you're high average. And a 3 either means that you're low average, or you're pretty much in the zone except for that one. Your SAT math score is like 300 points below what our average is. Everything else is above average. Your GPA is great, your verbals are great, but we've got some concern. That would put you in the low average range.